Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone's doing well. I said I'd be back if there's any sort of Grimsby news to give you, and there is. Oh yes, the transfer dealings have begun for the Mariners. Now I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the info out already, but if you haven't, if you have been under a rock somewhere and you've been wondering, what has happened? You know, have Grimsby done any business so far? Have they not? Are they going to? Well, this video here will basically give you a lowdown as to what business Grimsby have done. And I can share with people that don't know, even people that do know. Grimsby Town have had a fairly busy day. And what we'll do, we'll go to the very first signing they made quite early on this morning, really. And it's the fact that we have signed a striker, people. It stunned me when I saw it. Grimsby Town announced the signing like this. Grimsby are delighted to announce the signing of striker Danny Rose after agreeing an undisclosed fee with Stevenage. He is a 29-year-old attacker and striker. He signed a 2-year deal after helping Stevenage to promotion last season, making 52 appearances and scoring 9 goals in all competitions. Rose did spend 2 seasons at Northampton before joining Stevenage, but he has also played for Mansfield as well, which is when I first came across his name. And this is quite a get for Grimsby, is what I can say here. It's quite a get. You know, 29 years old, so he's really experienced at this level. He's had a lot of success at League 2 level. I don't think he's been out of the top half, really, in most of the clubs that he's been at. Or at least he's challenged sort of playoff-wise. And I think this is a great bit of early business by Grimsby, you know. And it's actually good to say we've actually got an outright striker. We've had a lot of forwards because obviously it's so changed now, the forward striker role. To hear the term striker is great. I mean, and like I said, in Mansfield was the first time I'd heard of Danny, but I like the way this deal was done because up until late on, credit to Mr. Peter who wrote for this, obviously it came legally. It came as a reliable source from him to say that he broke it first, that Grimsby had agreed a deal with Stevenage. But back to what I was saying, it was kind of like out the blue. Danny Rose sort of came out the blue, and you know, everyone had been talking about a number of other players, you know, and it could be, but no one really in the last couple of weeks has brought Danny Rose's name up, and I thought it's Hursty doing what Paul Hurst does, you know. You think you're going one way and he takes you another. So I think this is a cracking bit of business. A bit of what was said about him. Paul has basically said, we like Danny a lot and have for the last couple of seasons now. When you ask defenders who played against him, they say that he is a nightmare to play against. That's the kind of striker that you need. Somebody that's thinking, we're in for a bit of a do today. Paul carries on to say, he's not 6'5", but he's very good in the air. He gives us a physical presence at the top of the pitch. He's perhaps not prolific in terms of numbers, but if you look at his career, he has been involved with teams in the right end of the division. And that's right. If you look at Danny's actual goal scoring record, it's not fantastic. But it's, I believe with Danny Rose, it's when he scores them. It's when he scores the goals. And I'm thrilled with this. They did obviously grab a word with Danny as well. And Danny himself said that I'm over the moon and delighted. It's something that has been in the pipeline for a couple of weeks now. And as soon as I heard there was interest, I rang my agent and told him to get it over the line. Thankfully enough, here we are. That's just a little bit about what he said. And he's also gone on to say, this is a big club, massive club for League Two. And I've been fortunate to play for some big clubs in terms of, he's played for Bury, Northampton, Mansfield and Stevenage. And luckily enough, I'm now here at Grimsby. I can't wait to get started. That's the kind of player we want, that wants to be here. And it kind of shows you Grimsby's planning over the summer. Because as Danny said there, a couple of weeks ago, by the sound of it, is when we made the contact towards Danny's agent and towards Danny. And I'm sure our cup runners had something to do with this. I'm certain, you know. And I recognised him, like I said, I recognised Danny from his time at Mansfield, but I never thought we'd be in for him. So that is, for me, that's a great, great get for Grimsby Town. And buzzing to see Danny here. Welcome, Danny, if you do see this video. Welcome, Danny, to the club. So pleased to have you on board. And we didn't finish there. This one, less of a surprise, but still a good bit of early business by Paul and the club. Grimsby announced the signing of Toby Mullarky after a clause was triggered in his Rochdale contract. And Grimsby announced it like this on their website. It is there if you want to go and see it. But he goes to say, it actually states, we are pleased to announce our second signing of the summer as defender Toby Mullarky from Rochdale on a 2-year deal following the Mariners triggering a release clause in his contract. Now this one for me, he's also 29, this one for me wasn't as much of a surprise as Danny Rose one. I think all Grimsby Town fans know that Paul was looking at Toby when he was at Altrincham back in January. So he was on Paul's radar. And I can't say too much about Toby because I know we played against him when we had that belting game at Altrincham last year. And I think that's where he caught Paul's eye. He does seem versatile. And, you know, he can play centre-back, but he can also play right-back. So he's like I said, it's a little bit a versatile defender. Again, a good age for a defender, 29. Good experience in the way of playing games. Again, another guy that so pleased to sort of have on board. Paul Hurst did say this. He says he's a very good player in my opinion and is a good size. He can play centre-back and can also play right-back, like I've just stated there. Certainly if we went to a 3, he can play the outside centre-back extremely well or centrally. He's comfortable on the ball and probably a more modern-day centre-back because of how good he is on the ball. I think that's good that we're getting a ball-playing centre-back. So if we do want to go short, we've got a guy that Paul feels capable is able to do that kind of job. So it's definitely one of those versatility, like Paul said, if we wanted to play a back three or we wanted to play a back five, or it's about variations and options. And I think nowadays, players need to be versatile. I don't think you can just be one type of position or one certain type of player. I think you have to have more about your game these days to really, really get there. Paul does go on to say that it was no secret that we were close to bringing him in January, and we were a little frustrated that it didn't happen. But ultimately, we've got him on board now, and I'm pleased. And, Toby has said, and you can also see the video interview that Grimsby did put out. But, do look for that, as it is out there. But Toby did say, I'm delighted to be here. It's a massive club, and I'm really pleased to get it over the line. I know the club's ambitions and what it means to the fans, and I'm delighted to be on board. He also did say that I think the fans were a big push for him as well to be here. He, obviously played here for Rochdale and for Altrincham. So again, it's a guy that wants to be here. This isn't a guy that's just been looked at briefly. Obviously, this is a guy Paul has wanted since January. Obviously before January, but tried to get him in January, didn't quite get it over the line. And I remember saying on social media, what a malarkey over a signing, eh? And we finally got him. But I think, with his versatility, I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings to the team and what he brings to the outfit. So that is basically the signings done so far. I say so far because I know Town will be bringing in more players over the coming days. I won't, like I said, about rumours, because everyone's throwing rumour about, we've got this person coming in, we could have this person coming in. I do know that Peter O'Rourke has put another player up that we could be interested in from Tranmere, but we'll see where that one goes and if that happens. I know there's a big rumour about Ryan Bennett as well, but never say never, but you also never know. I think the start of Grimsby's transfer business is solid, strong, surprising and not surprising. Is the best way I'd describe these first two signings. Surprising because I don't know where he got where he was able to pull Danny Rose out. Not surprising with Toby, but it was definitely somebody Paul wanted. And I think when he talks about his frustration, I think Toby has the same frustration that they couldn't get the deal over the line in January. But now he's here, he's delighted to be here, and we're delighted to have you, Toby. It's fantastic to have Toby and Danny in the black and white stripes of the Mariners. So this is this video. It's coming to an end right now. But if you do have your opinion on these two players, how do you feel about these two players? Are you happy with the signings? Are you pleased that with the early business of the Mariners, and this is even before the transfer window actually opens? And yes, that can happen. You can sign players before the registration will go in at the 14th. So it's basically we've got them. Once the transfer window is open, the paperwork will be finalised and all good stuff. But yeah, what is your guys' opinion on this? Are you happy with the early business? Any rumours that you think are really solid or that you'd like to see here? Have you got any targets who you'd like to see Grimsby aim for this summer, this transfer window. Let me know down below your thoughts on everything I've spoke about. Please do like, please do subscribe, please do subscribe, and let me know down below what you think. And if you do like this video, do please like, subscribe, and I'll say that again because but do like and subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys maybe fairly soon, because somehow I don't think our business is over this week. But we know it's not over with. But it may not be over with this week. Who knows? And let me know what you think. I'll see you soon. And stay safe, Mariners. And up the Mariners.